Alright, good morning. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy for Wednesday morning. Williams Wednesday. I actually just got a call from work, so I've got to do things a little bit quicker than I thought I was going to have to this morning, but that's okay too. And anyway, I was planning on having to go in early. It's about 3:20, 3:25, but in the morning. So I was planning on having to go in early, but I'm going to have to go in a little earlier than I originally planned. So anyway, no real big deal. But I did want to do my Williams Wednesday shave this morning. And we're going to go back and revisit the little Challenger razor here. And it really is a lot like plastic cart garbage, but it is, disposable, replaceable blade. It's a SHaDE razor, single half a DE. And it's a SHaDE razor, so that's interesting. And it's just interesting to use it. It's not like that dynamic focus plastic looking garbage, which is actually not plastic, I realize. But anyway, to where they try to change the system for people, you have to learn the new system and it's better than the old system. And if you can't use the old system, you can use this system, learn to use this stuff. But anyway, it's nothing like that. It does, the head does wiggle around some. Technically it's a pivot, I'll admit it, whatever. But it's kind of a fun little razor to use as far as newfangled things go. So we've got the vintage Williams in the old scuttle there, and we're just going to use the Fuller brush here. It's a Fuller brush handle that was reknotted for the with an AOS Badger. And this Badger has never really, it's still scritchy, prickly. Has been the whole time I've had this brush was given to me. And then I figured out that I could use this knot, and it went really easy into the Fuller brush handle. And the reason I wanted this Fuller brush handle because it's got its own built-in stand. It's got a stand that it goes in. I'll show you that here in just a second. And I always thought it was really neat. I still do. To use the old Fuller. So anyway, that's the stand, and the brush sits down in it. It's open at the bottom where it can, a drip stand, but if you dry the brush off after you get through with it, it's not going to drip anyway, so whatever. All right, so we're using a Badger's brush with the vintage Williams this morning. You can use a Badger's brush with vintage Williams. You can use a Badger's brush with modern Williams. I will say, though, that they like boar better and horse brushes better, but as you can see, it functions quite well. If you haven't gotten a hold of some vintage soap, I would recommend you get a hold because it's just fun to shave with. Now, there was a question posted the other day on Toast3, that's TOS3.com. And the guy was asking, he said he had some vintage soap and it was kind of a yellowish color and he was wondering if it was okay to use and all this stuff, and the answer is yes. And you don't even have to bloom it. There's no need to bloom. And it's a tallow-based soap. And I know everybody hollers they can go rancid. I have yet to find one. Either vintage Colgate, I've got vintage Williams, I've got, I've had vintage Old Spice, I've got one cake of it. Burma Shave, none of them have had problem where it seems like they've gone rampant. Rampant, hey, like that. Rancid would be the word. And none of them also have gone, gotten out of the bowl and gone rampant and gone rampage. That hasn't happened much either. So anyway, the Challenger here, as I understand it, made in India. Is that right? Or I think that's right. And it's real, of course, it's inexpensive. Uses a readily available blade. You can get the blades and break them in half. I've got derby blades that are already packaged as half blades, but you can just get the regular blades and break them in half. So I see the advantages to it. And I guess if, people get them and use real razors instead of cart garbage, maybe it's worth it there. But anyway, I don't use it a whole lot, but it is fun to use every once in a while. It does the job. It's a razor. It's a sharp blade. It's held tight so that you can control the angle and pressure. Get a shave. Now, I don't know how long the plastic head, where you open and close it, I don't know how long that lasts. I think it would be a good thing to not open and close it any more than it needed to be, because I'm sure it's not made to last a long time. Now Gillette made a razor, I think they called it a Click, and it's just a plastic razor. It uses the full DE blade, and it got a cap that comes over and snaps closed like that. It's a really lightweight, all plastic thing, and you know, same thing with it. It holds the blade tight. It's a sharp blade, so it'll shave, and they're inexpensive. That would be fun for a travel razor, something that if you lose it, you know, or leave it at a hotel somewhere or something like that, it's not going to make you hurt your feelings. But I don't know, they're fun to play with. I still think that vintage is the way to go. These are not anything that are going to replace vintage razors at all. But you know, I'm not as anti newfangled thing as I seem sometimes. Actually, I am, but you know. Anyway, this one's not so bad. Not so bad at all. All right. Second pass done there. Let's get cleaned up and see what we got here. I know what we got. What we got was a decent shave. It's not as much fun as a real razor, but you know, it's close enough to a real razor to make it work. So we're gonna have a good feeling shave and feel good driving in to work here in a little while. Go and fire up the little hoopty. Been using it for my work car. But yesterday ended up being a whole lot longer day than I had planned on it being. I was off yesterday. And Agent 00 Devin had come over from college and was doing some stuff with his family, and his car broke down. So he's got one of my vehicles that he's been borrowing, but for some reason he drove his car over all those, you know, anyway. So his car broke down, so I was going to give him a ride back to Lafayette. And it's about 60 miles from here to there. But I think it actually, last time I did it, it was, I looked at it on the odometer, it was like 59 and a half. But anyway, 60 miles. So I get him all the way back over there, and he realizes that he left the keys to the Expedition here in Baton Rouge. So I had to come all the way back, fight traffic all the way back. Anyway, 2 round trips to Lafayette yesterday, and that was unexpected. Because he forgot the key in his car. But anyhow, there you go. Things happen like that sometimes. All right. Make sure we get all cleaned up. Oh, looky there. Here's something you don't see often. Got a little touch of blood there. So what happens is I got this grin, and I go and I'm grinning to get everything, and now that I'm getting older, I got the wrinkles in my face, and every once in a while I'll slice the top off a wrinkle. User error. If you're getting nicks and you're getting irritation and scrapes and stuff, user error, and that is definitely user error. But it happens at times. All right, well there we go. So that's the Williams Wednesday with the Challenger little SHaDE razor, and it's fun to use. Like I said, it's not as much fun as a real razor, but it does do a good job. I've got my normal dang fine shave going on there. We're going to use some old Dollar General Smells Like Brute. It just smells a lot like Brute. I can't tell the difference between it and Brute myself. I don't have a sophisticated enough sniffer, I guess. So anyway, and as you notice, we did this without coffee because, like I said, my morning plans got speeded up a little bit. But that's okay too. We'll make it all work out. I'll get some coffee on the way. And if not, I got coffee at work. So it'll be okay one way or the other. Everything's gonna be okay, I know. Alrighty, well there we go. We get the brush washed, rinsed out, and then we're gonna sit here and dry it. I'm gonna show you how it fits back in the stand in case you haven't seen one of these. These fuller brush handles are really neat. They're not hard to reknot, even though they are, you know, these are Bakelite. But you got your stand, and it just slides right into the stand just like that. And you can set it right there on your counter, and you're ready to go. Go sit there and dry, and you'll be ready to go the next time. So there we go. Well, I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go out and get my day started. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.